Afenyo Markin finally wanya kasa. Oba reply Sammy Gyamfi. Allegations be na fly so extortionist. Oba kasa fa ho. Na ne response no be dwiru. Wose Sammy Gyamfi just bia no wose ye meche Sammy Gyamfi ntumu. Dabi ono a professional. He has to be fair. De no o pa kire no wabomu nchirimu. Na no anyume good evening Ghana okoy no kubomu nchirimu na no pa anokopiem OKFM. The impression I get from the interview is that it looks like Sammy Gyamfi and press conference and ending the aftermath conversation abasono pressure kakra akwa Afenyo Markin way oko OKFM okuta the document on also be exposing Sammy Gyamfi. I think it will interest you to watch this video. No, I'll leave you comments in the comment section. Before that, remember subscribe. We are now at the bell notification icon. Me pacho kopium e wo Lily Flower Green Clean Solution Center. Your eco-conscious cleaning specialist and a power you cleaning company. I'm a mobile preferences you feel on office, church, bank, institution. I'm a why come how you am there. I'm a friend numbers good screen is what he. Ya juma want pa backhomeassist.com about Ghana for more man on ne pacho way tia. U project na wo ye wa Ghana ha se na dan na wo si no business na wo si no. Asase na opesa wo koto no uni Ghana ha ntumi for wani wa we enkohwe enhu no kure wo mu. Eno na nti ya aba ye professional group ya register ye nkwa de wo to me. Esi yebeko site one baby dan no contractor na si adru no yebeka mu no kre a kire wo twɛn de frɛ number na go screen so we are obe log on to backhomeassist.com na wa place or request abushafo my minority leader Afenyo Markin we be say o jade show abeba also the fierce response aba Sammy Gyamfi me pese onya botra wutie ni hu bi won voice nim anaso hu is still la no or he's not giving up ana me pese wan kasa wo judge by the end of the interview on Good Evening Ghana and of course OKFM. Okay.
GoldBod story no. Enjoy. Any say. Enjoy. Onini. Ha. Bracho me bo. Come onini. Bracho. Ma what's man kana onini. Ati honorable. Me kan wash wa ho bana onini. The big issue page no. Kwame mpocho me music and man kan. Na me wi am fa mo. Kwame mbom to be fair. Emi me a politician. E bia me twa akohwi. Enti mpocho won fa mo Kwame. Kan afo wo di kan. Na wi afabra. Where IMF, International Monetary Fund, Ghana was selected issues.
Correct.
Now, one more Eddie Free, International Monetary Fund, Washington DC.
Thank you.
Date no August 2026.
Yo, but you're a minority for a reporter.
There be.
Kwame, can brofono boko.
What's it? Can you have a bubble lottery? What's now the numbers?
Thank you.
In 2025, the significant scaling up of DGPP operations led to losses of over 1.7 billion.
Billion what?
Dollars. That is 1.5% of GDP.
Right.
Almost entirely related to gold for reserve. All purchases. This amounted to a loss of 17% of the value of all gold sold by the Bank of Ghana. Losses accrued on gold trades are a combination of service and assay fees paid to GoldBod.
Emphasis.
Okay.
Kwame, emphasis.
Mate, meka obiem. Was say amounting to 17% of the value of the gold sold by the BOG. Losses accrued on gold trades are a combination of service and assay fees paid to GoldBod.
Continue.
Discounts on gold sold to off-takers, that is exporters, and most importantly, exchange rate losses from the spread between Forex Bureau rate paid to purchase gold and the CD reference rate used for BOG accounting. That's figure 7. Survey data suggests that Ghanaian ASGM,
that's artisanal small scale gold mining,
prices are among
the abbreviation or your artisanal small scale gold mining.
Next, right.
Gold.
Right.
Right.
Moon. Okay.
Right.
are among the highest in the region.
Right. So it means that in West Africa, yen artisanal gold na in ye ton, it is the most expensive. Ye ton abozin ne area ya bokau. And it is a ye kade the minority no a church azim na ye we kade one ton gold in bokau na GoldBod aton gold abokawa asem nin kodo.
These accounting losses partly reflect valuation effects rather than economic costs.
Stay there, Kwame. So what this means is that the argument by government abandoning Shemi there is always an economic cost to implementing an economic policy such as this gold purchase program. No, it's not correct, because per this audit by IMF with government ajatum. By the way, just for clarity, anytime IMF does a report, it shares the draft with government for government to express its own views as to the issues emanating from the report. So what I want the public to know in there, this final report is what both parties have agreed and signed to as the final conclusion. Right. So from this report, the IMF is saying there, the gold for reserve program or the domestic gold purchase program has a structural design defect. What the report is saying therefore is that the policy has failed, and the losses are not as a result of economic costs. That's why they stated it in black and white. Yeah. So you cannot even argue that the IMF was not fair. The IMF was fair. And the language of the report, per what we all know in governance, is agreed by both parties. So you have been indicted as a government for failing in such a key policy. So if you tell me that, oh, your justification is that you have brought in so much forex in the gold trade and that has resulted in the stability of the city, your own report is indicting you that no, you had some inefficiencies in the program.
The honorable when GoldBod naboka na BOG naboka.
This question you have the answer. What is the answer in the report? Before I come in with my explanation, in the report, what did the IMF say? Yenna yezi nukwarama iraze in Oman Ghana. What you just read, IMF attributed the losses to which institution? Mpocho.
You command GoldBod.
Sir, can you have a one thing to Munkoso Kwame?
GoldBod.
Can you na want it?
What you?
No, but I'm can you assembly can I do
GoldBod
into Miami in America?
But
wait, Kwame Mpocho. Is it me who is saying it?
There
So must I be insulted? Or do be Shamahoba? Make your sama to bido. Ms. Obinizin akot to pardon there, one shana hoba. Is that not the report? Is a minority lying? Is any serious institution making fact check in this country going to tell me that the minority is wrong? What is the IMF saying about the losses? Are they not attributing it to GoldBod? Are they not attributing it to the entire domestic gold purchase program? Are they not talking about the forex losses? Are they not talking about the exchange rate? Are they not raising the pricing? Kwame, let me add another point. When GoldBod loan were here, there were two things given to GoldBod as a mandate. One, a regulatory function. Two, a monopoly function. And I will explain. Make a regulatory function. GoldBod now was established by an act of parliament. Regulatory function you there. And one na artisanal gold. Yeka artisanal gold. Yeka the small scale mining. Funi nyina GoldBod is a embra, a regulating one. So that is the law I have passed. Second, embra no so say obi biara or your small scale mining biano or your one institution in a oil dot ton gold in the morning or your GoldBod. Kwame, So anybody selling artisanal gold will sell that gold to GoldBod, because by law GoldBod has the exclusive mandate, monopoly over the gold that is mined under them artisanal gold mining, subsector of the mining industry. Now, an argument in there, to that extent, one cannot say that sebio losses no GoldBod on yan one, because all the gold from the artisanal mining sector no or ya won embrane say one fan forward. Now say ebekaya, when the minority first read the interim report of IMF bekaya the last year, was it 10-year disclosure be your first report, the 5th review no. This report is a 6th review. 1/5 review no was stated there there were some losses up to $214 million. When we got hold of that report, we filed a motion in Parliament. You file a motion, no, an argument in there. Even the fees were just too high, and immediately you raised the fees as some, which was 15%. BOG and GoldBod held an emergency meeting and reduced the fees to 9%, and later reduced it further to some 5%. And now, after the 6th review report, Bank of Ghana says it is exiting the program entirely. Kwame, we raise this issue as patriots, as part of our oversight, the parliamentarians. Say omanu bibiru kocho na yen yanka wana bi ona obaka na sefu pia we school a aben say a minister no say oni clearance, finance ministry say there fiscal space ahonzi nyi ho. Meanwhile, through this gold for reserve programming, you've incurred such huge losses. You needed only 6 billion to employ some nurses and teachers. Musimu need 6 billion. Yet 22 billion has gone down the drain.
But me question and say GoldBod for no a Bank of Ghana for an amount say munto gold mayen mukwa munto ni say fees ni anyame womu say we so mfantua we it me GoldBod no se me toni nyina nam de koma Bank of Ghana pe de hia wode amame no a samfunso bi ba wodi bia me GoldBod say na enkofo bisa say auditor general's report no so no can say Bank of Ghana na say can say can say a GoldBod.
Okay, Kwame, that question, no, the latter part of your question already you have the answer. That in the report,
remember, the report, okay.
From the report, no, your answer another. So let's not repeat it. Now, let me come to the main question. Main question na nipa no bisa wono. The answer lies with government. Kwame, I am not responsible for policy implementation of government. I'm in my opposition. If our bank na introduce a policy, your duty is to put in place the guardrails, the mechanisms for successful implementation. When the policy fails, you take responsibility. So at this point, I don't want to get into the argument where somebody will say, oh, why are you not blaming World Bank? Why are you not blaming BOG? Why are you blaming GoldBod? Why is it that the losses are in the books of BOG? So as for GoldBod, say one come. You see, that would be amounting to mischief. Why? Because there is a complete structure, a value chain of transaction. You have traced the transaction to where the error, the defect is. So maybe a defect in one, that should be where you hammer. Yes, it is true, and in all fairness, the report, it was Bank of Ghana that IMF audited. Yes, it is true that the losses are in the books of Bank of Ghana. Yes, it is true also that the losses are attributable to which institution? Continue for me from what we read.
Yeah, to the GoldBod.
Yes. Now, in all this structure, Bank of Ghana for Sebi, I want to what artisanal gold Ghana. No.
Well, one mama said, "Me to say."
So what I'm saying is that Kwame, to make it simple, no, it's a government policy failure.
Okay.
It's a financial loss to the state, true or false. The loss is on whether you mention Bank of Ghana or GoldBod, you are mentioning what? A loss to the state. Because GoldBod is a state institution.
I was not still free money is profit.
How do you account for profit? You account for profit by deducting costs of sales from sales. Anna,
yeah.
The mischief there then is that the cost has not been captured there. The cost has been offloaded to another institution that is a subsidiary. Kwame, let me ask you a question. From the report that you have read, which you are still in possession of, the losses have been identified in the books of BOG, correct?
Correct.
But the losses are being attributable to which institution? Right. Now, Kwame, I didn't know about the GoldBod there. Apologize. Yes, in Kwame, these are reputational issues.
We pray that this time there will be no numerical stampede where they say they are 189, they whip all of them to deny us the 87, the opportunity to go into the books. So we are going to interrogate this, ask questions about the surplus, ask questions about why 2 days to the end of year, they now got the 4-point-something billion cedis. What has happened to it? How that was used? What were the gains, etc., etc. And the Ghanaian people will come to a fair conclusion. We are committed to that. Now let me come to
the question I was asking.
The issue. You see,
I said
it on a very lighter note, but I also mean it. Let me explain again. We are dealing with losses. Once the state incurs a loss in implementing a policy, it is a financial loss to the state. And somebody would have to be responsible for decisions taken there too. Now, I wasn't directly attacking anybody, all right? I was rather stating the fact that, look, today, you in NDC, a lot of my colleagues are under investigation. A lot of former appointees are under investigation. Some of them, as a leader, I know, they say, oh, he took a certain decision, the board approved some transaction, and then there's a loss of some 5 million, 10 million, and all of that. I know. Some of them are worried. It's not a crime they've committed, but the state is investigating certain activities leading to losses. They go to Yoku, and then they are made to post very onerous bail. Some of them, they say, bring 50 million. Bring property worth 100 million. And they sleep in Yoko for days. I was only drawing their attention that, colleagues, you are in government. Bear in mind that you will make mistakes. It's natural. You are human. In governance, there is no perfection. However hard you try, you will make some mistakes. There will be some decisions you may mean well, but in the end, something may go bad. So think about a China, so that if tomorrow somebody picks something and say, hey, 22 billion, and the state is asking you questions, then they say, okay, yesterday you demanded bail of a certain magnitude, so you should also go and bring 22 billion. I was just,
I get it,
saying it on a lighter note, but not to specifically somebody has committed a crime. I have to be fair. We have not done.
You are not alleging that.
We are no. I wouldn't. I would be fair, my brother. I would be fair. we are demanding answers. Until Parliament peruses and comes to a conclusion, it will be unfair for me to call somebody out and say ABC. I must be fair. I am demanding fairness from government. So I needed to make that point to also draw the attention. Because obviously, Paul, the way and manner our friends in government are handling all of us, our colleagues, is bad. I have argued consistently that I demand accountability. As for post-regime accountability, nobody can run away from it. You come into government, you take decisions after 4 years, after 8 years, whether you like it or not, even if it is your own government succeeding itself, there will be some form of accountability. If accountability is not demanded after leaving office, CSOs, the way they are vigilant, will demand accountability even as you are in office. The media will demand accountability. So perhaps accountability must not just be looked at as post-regime, exercise. In all of these, all of us must be careful. So I was only urging my colleagues to be careful because the way they are treating NPP, I go to Yoko. Do you think I'm happy going to sit at Yoko? Sometimes you go and stand there for hours. Some of your colleagues, you need them to come and debate. The time you need them for debate, they are reporting to BNI. I'm not questioning that. All I'm saying is that give the law and its enforcement a human face so that tomorrow, if anybody is also demanding accountability from you, at least you can use it as a reference point that, when you were in office, you used a human face to implement. But if you are extremely harsh on unreasonable, you make it difficult for moderates in NPP to also argue that, Mayan sir, Paul, you are sitting here. You know how much effort I made as a majority leader in trying to restrain things. I can't say that in public.
I know.
All right?
I know.
Sometimes I feel bad when our friends forget that only yesterday we were all there for them and we said that even if you are going through difficulty, there must be a human face to it. And our own party bashed us for being too reasonable. So I stand on moral grounds when I'm pointing to them that, guys, after 2 years, President Mahama,
2.5.
2.5. President Mahama is exiting. He's doing his bit. When he leaves, nobody knows how 2028 will go.
Minority leader in Parliament, Afenyo Markin. And I'm not saying in Canada. The program in SC NPP and Anna Janto, I'm not saying in Canada. So, Steve Zanoni. Bye bye.